emails.
Yeah, I have a problem we have here with water supply, and I got some research here. I don't have any papers in my printer, ran out of paper, and I
What's
apologize.
wrong with what then?
Well, we have a chemical that's being dumped in the water, called sodium hexafluoride, also known as sodium fluoride. It's a deadly chemical. In small amounts, it can be deadly. Well, it could be deadly. And over long term, under large amounts, it can be instantly fatal. There are labeling laws. They put this in toothpaste. It says do not swallow. Now I've only got, I think I've given you some of it, Joe. You've probably read about it. I gave you the documentation. Sure, you can take a look at it. But basically what this is being put in the water supply. Not a lot of people know this is being put in the water supply. In fact, everybody I talk to doesn't know it's being put in the water supply. Everybody knows chlorine is in the water supply because you can smell it. You know, it's something that's used to clean the water, clean the bacteria out of the water. This is a concoction of heavy metals like mercury, lead. They call it sodium fluoride. It's got several different names for the different combinations of chemicals that's being put in there. Now the claim is that this is good for our teeth. That's the claim. And I know in 1976, October 1st, 1976 is when this started being put in the water. This was a long time ago. And we know now that this stuff is toxic. This is kind of like, during the 50s they used to put lead in gasoline. And we know that's toxic now when they took lead out of gasoline. We used to have a problem with certain things, certain chemicals being put into certain things, and now we know that they're toxic. We had toys made out of lead. We know lead is toxic. We know that this stuff is toxic. It's been going on for a long time. I'm not calling for y'all to take it out of the water. I'm calling for y'all to investigate this and determine whether we want this in the water or not. Now, according to the EPA guidelines, this is the EPA, that if this stuff is being put into a product, such as toothpaste or whatnot, it has to be labeled. We don't have any kind of labeling on our bill that says we have sodium fluoride in the water. Do not ingest. This stuff can cause Alzheimer's, it can cause brain tumors, it can cause older people to have bone fractures much more easily. It calcifies your bones, deteriorates your joints. Now this is a research paper from the college. It was an investigation that was done in the fluoridation of the water. There are hundreds of these studies out there. I mean, anybody can go online and look up sodium fluoride. It's a deadly chemical. What I want the city council to do is for us to start an investigation. It would be nice if all of us, including Hank, if we could get the newspaper to be involved, we could go down to the water facility. We could take a small tour of the water facility and look at where they put this stuff in the water. We could look at the labeling on the actual chemical that's coming in. And more than likely, what they have to do when they dump this stuff in the water is they have to wear special suits, or special gloves, because if you get this stuff on your skin, it'll eat your skin off. I mean, this stuff is literally deadly. Even in small amounts, it can be deadly over time. Now, what if y'all, here's another point I'd like to make about this. What if I were to light up one of my cigarettes? Nobody would like that, would they? Because nobody likes smelling, smoke. Nobody likes the toxic stuff that comes out of the cigarette. But, it's my choice that I want to smoke. If I'm going to go out in my own house and smoke out of my porch, that's one thing. But when this fluoride is being dumped into the water and it comes into my household, that's kind of like saying that, hey, we're all going to come into your house and smoke a cigarette. Nobody really likes that. It's kind of like the guy that lights up a cigarette in the elevator. Nobody likes it. But I don't want this in my water. I want my water to be the way God made it, water. Plain out H2O, hydrogen, oxygen, plain and simple. No complications. The course, I understand, you know, that when water comes out of the ground, it has to have something to clean the chemical bacteria that's in it. Chlorine can do that. There are other ways to do it. Filtering water with carbon filter. You know, there are other ways to do that, but, you know, financially, I know that's not viable because I know that the city doesn't have millions and millions of dollars to filter the water out. But chlorine is the option to do that. But putting this in the water is not necessary. This is something that is completely not necessary at all. And it's, in my opinion, it's also a waste of taxpayer money. It's just something that needs to be done. We need to keep our water the way it is. So, you know, keep it the way God intended. I grew up on well water. You know, I know what well water tastes like. It's pure. You know, when you drink the city water, it's just kind of nasty taste. And it's because of the chemicals that go in there. Now, I want y'all to look at this, and probably sometime by next month, y'all want to make a, you know, ruling on it, whether to keep it in there or to get it out. You know, but I suggest that if y'all decide to keep this in the water, is that on the bill, when the bill goes out for the water, it should follow EPA guidelines and say that this has sodium fluoride in it. Like you can go home and look at your tube of toothpaste. It's got sodium fluoride. So do not ingest. And it should be noted on there that if people drink this, if people use this water, they should not ingest it because it does have this in there. And that's what the EPA guidelines say. And I think that it should be labeled properly on the bill.
Any questions?
This is basically just a research paper that I gave you. If you look into the back, you'll see all the different scientists from all these universities with the sign off that said this is toxic. You can go anywhere, it is toxic waste. It's a combination of different kinds of things, but this should be investigated. I'm asking I'm just asking for you to investigate it, and by next month, if y'all will make a ruling, and I would like to hear that ruling, and I think it should be made available publicly in the press, because people should know. I would bet, yeah, I mean, I don't even think a lot of y'all know about it. So this has been going on for a long time. So, and it's not something that people bring up every day. I don't think a lot of people know it's legal.
Thank you for coming by. We'll hear from you, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Sure. Have a good night.
Y'all too.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, sharp, public defender.
Yes, sir.
Ready?